reminding myself of how I was when I was a little girl. A little girl. Um, in the age, I really can't remember, but I believe I should have been school age, except for I'm missing a gap in time in my life because I can't remember anything from the age of 2 to the age of what, 8. Basically, third grade is where my life comes into focus. No kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and the grades are important because I have schoolmate classmates I've went to school with, who, we have social media now, so you post pictures and things. I did not come from a family of much means, so we didn't tend to get school pictures and things that was purchased, but we were always a part of the school picture because, of course, the whole class is sitting there getting the pictures done for the class picture. So you'll see old classmates posting pictures and things on say Facebook or whatever, when that was new to us in my generation. Here we are, I'm talking about X, right? But I mean, others do it, but I'm in this case, I'm just talking about the people in my bracket and my time. And none of those pictures have me, but I know people who I went to school with all the way from like kindergarten to sixth grade. That's that one school we hail from, BK. So, I was in the same class with them all the way from kindergarten to sixth grade. Okay. But none of the pictures they produce or they put up online show me in any pictures before the third grade. Okay. Keep in mind also that I was at that time, and I can remember this from third grade in the gifted and talented program, and then for as long as I can remember until I, sprawled out on my own. But the point of this video was because I've been doing some work, some inner work, and recollecting and trying to remember things and whatnot. And one of the things that I remember, this is why I can't remember how old I was, but I do know I was a little girl. Every night I used to go to bed, and every night I dreaded it because I knew that once I went to bed and the lights were turned out, we didn't have no night lights, we didn't have nothing that stayed on. It was always the pitch blackness of dark. We would lay down and go to bed, and then a few minutes after we lay down, it would start. A tingling feeling, a tingling sensation started all the way from my toes, and it would slowly, surely work its way up, like a slow crawl, work its way up, work its way up, work its way up, work its way up. And I would feel it going through my body, and I'm scared to death. I don't know what to do. I'm scared to scream because I get in trouble for the screaming. I used to get whoopings for that. Okay, and I would get in trouble for the screams, but it was coming and I didn't know what to do about it. I had no power to stop it. It would just come out of nowhere. And I always, as a young girl, felt like it was something coming from the wall. I would try to face the wall, but I would be afraid of what it was that was attacking me, so I would turn my back to the wall. And I used to always tell my mother, the wall is staring at my butt. The wall is staring at my butt. I didn't know no other way to describe it, and quite frankly, that's what it felt like. It was just something creeping, creeping up my body from the very tip of my toes all the way up. And when it got here, always when it got here, this is when I would start screaming. I never even let it make it to my vocal cord. I start screaming for my dear life because you could not tell me I was not about to be consumed by something and swallowed away. That's what it felt like. Like you feel it, and it would take every piece of me. You ever seen I can't remember that movie, but there's a movie out here with some guy who's consumed by some black thing or whatever. The black thing doesn't seem to be all bad. I mean, he bad wherever he come from, but I think he's good, when he's inside the guy and whatever. I can't remember the name of it. You probably can. If you remember, tell me. I forgot. And if I remember, I'll come back and say something. I don't know. Maybe won't. I probably won't. But the point is, it would take over his whole being, his whole person, and the face The neck and the face was the last to go. And here I'm saying my neck, I never let it get to even the voice part before I just said, and I screamed for dear life. I, to this day, don't know what it is. From time to time, I think about it. It perplexes me, and I'm basically trying to figure that out. But I thought I would, in this day and age, talk about it, because I have not been able to solve it on my own. And there are those that are out there who may know exactly what it is just from the description, even though I don't.